So here's our latest project at the Singing Horse Ranch. This right now is a pole barn. And if this were just going to be for the horses, I would leave it like this and I wouldn't put any walls on it. I wouldn't enclose it any more than it is. However, this structure is located inside the sheep arena. And my other idea for this what's eventually going to be kind of more like a shelter or barn is that if I get an injured horse, like let's say one of the horses gets attacked by a cougar or wolves or something like that, all of which we have in abundance on the ranch here, and it's an open wound where other predators can smell the blood, then I want them locked in this sheep arena where the guard dogs can keep watch, and this is right next to the house and there's security lights on the house. So this is the safest place, and I need a shelter that's big enough to fit 2 horses plus the sheep, because I would never keep a horse on its own. There always has to be a minimum of 2 horses because horses are herd animals. So that's my reasoning behind this structure. Now, this great big red beast you see here, you may remember this one from my previous video where I went down to check out this wheel loader. It's a type of tractor called a wheel loader from UHI Machinery. And in my previous video, I was like, should I buy this? Because it looks to be incredible. It's insanely cheap compared to Caterpillar and John Deere and all the others who are, quite frankly, scamming everybody who owns a ranch and a farm. So that's why I was really excited to find this brand, which has only been going since 2018. They're out of Australia. So I think they've only got 2 locations in Canada, and I think they've just got, well, at this time, I think there's 1 or maybe 2 locations in the States. So I had to drive about 6 hours to the location that they had in Canada because, so this incredible machine, it's got a Cummins engine and it's 74 horsepower. I mean, what this machine can do is insane. And the list price on it was $57,000 all in, including everything. And I was like, how can that be? This thing's got to be like a tin can or something, because this equivalent machine from any other, like I'd gone looking, we were looking at, a minimum of 80 to 120, 150,000. So I thought I got to go see this thing in person, because at the price they're asking, I'm really worried that it's like a cheap China tin can. So I actually went down to test drive it, and it was as solid as my cat skid steer. So I bought it because I was like, this is amazing. I'm so excited about this brand. So anyway, this is our first big project that we're using this tractor for. And the really exciting thing about this tractor is that it has something called a telescopic arm, which I had no idea how useful it would be until watching a project like this. Now, don't be too critical of my man Rob, who's driving it, because he's never driven this tractor before and he's never used a telescopic arm before, but you're going to watch what happens. Instead of just dumping it, there we go. See? Look at that. It gives you so much more reach for projects like this. It's something that, again, you don't know how handy it is until you have one and you start using it. So we're really lucky on this ranch. We've got a pit where Rob can drive up and pick up fill and then drive it back down and dump it. And this tractor goes up to 40 kilometers an hour, so it doesn't take as long as you'd think. Unfortunately, I don't have footage of the whole building project because I was away for part of it, but I'm going to show you the finished structure and take you through it now. Oh, but just to explain what we're doing here, the reason we're dumping a lot of fill underneath the shelter is because this sheep arena is sloped. And so the house sits higher and then it slopes down to where you see the shelter is. So guess what's going to happen to water? Either when it's raining or when the snow is melting. And so we're building up the base of the shelter there so that the water will just run around it and off and down, and it won't get the inside of the shelter wet. So the great thing about this wheel loader is we can not just dump and spread the fill, we can also pack it down so that it's ready to go. Everybody's just a little bit spicy. Hey, Taro, what did you start up? And what made them run in the first place? I have no idea. But I do know I have two Kangal livestock guardian dogs who've been completely unconcerned this whole time. So whatever it is, it's unlikely to be bear, wolf, cougar, or coyote. These are not rams engaging in this play. These are female ewes. Pawing the ground. The little brown one there in behind Cinnamon, he's a castrated ram. Oh, I lie, because that's Hercules there. He's a castrated ram. Macaw just wheeled away from Juno. So these guys are still a little bit spicy too. Ranch TV. The beautiful fall colors. Those are two ewes right there, Angel and Cassie. And there's the little castrated ram mounting one of the ewes, mounting Cassie. I was amazed the first time I saw ewes engage in this headbutting play because I thought that was just for rams. But nope, the babies do it in their play and the adult ewes do it from time to time. Okay, so back to our finished sheep shelter and horse hospital if needed. And you can see we put on 3 sides and left the side that faces the house open. That guards against snow accumulation and wind, and you can see that we built up that fill so that the base of it is quite a bit higher. And the really interesting thing that I want to call your attention to is these slats that Rob has done up near the top of the roof. Now, these slats, depending on the angle that you look at them, they either look like they're completely covering the space, or you could see that no, they're actually placed so that there's a lot of airflow. So it's a really brilliant idea because you get the airflow into the space, but you don't get direct wind blowing in and you don't get snow blowing in. So this is an idea you definitely might want to copy for your next project for your animals. So thanks for joining me on this little sheep shelter horse hospital journey. And I will leave you with some gorgeous footage of Big Mama here in deep REM sleep. Remember that horses need REM the same way humans do. They have to be flat out, absolutely gone in the dream state to have a balanced nervous system and to keep their body healthy and functioning, to keep their hormones balanced. So I've seen quite a few videos and comments on social media where people are like, oh, why is my horse doing this? It's like he's playing dead. I don't like, and they go out and they get the horse up. No. And see, when you have a herd like this, the only time a horse will lie down and go into deep REM is if there's at least one or two other horses keeping watch, because she's completely vulnerable to predators right now. And that's not a good state to be in. And also for these horses, you know, they don't stay down in REM for hours like a human does. They just kind of take it in snatches. But they do ideally need some REM sleep every 24 hours. So just so you guys know, and if you have horses and you see them flat out like this, do not go and get them up because they are keeping their bodies healthy. Hi, Mama. Hi. Hi, darling. Yeah. You had a good nap. Yeah. Had good sleepies. Should I leave you so you can go back to sleep? I have apples, but I can bring them on my way back. Yeah, let me do that. Everybody's pretty chill. Zora. No, Zosie, on the way back, love.